In this video, I'll continue the goose wing folicleRig setup. I've already modeled the poly surface to represent the wing, so I'll get rid of my old NURB surface and import the poly surface instead. With the poly surface, I can more specifically control the deformation of the wing through skin clusters. Now I just need to place out my joints a little better before I start skinning. Once ready, I'll skin the main feather joint to the wing proxy geo. Let me also real quick get rid of the namespace. Now I want to tweak the skinning so that there's a smooth interpolation between the main feather joint chains. Once that's brought in order, it's time to run the connect via follicle script, connecting the joint to the surface of the mesh. The script works by selecting all of the joints in question and then selecting the geometry to constrain it to. Once the script has executed, we'll have a follicle for each joint. I'll group both the main feather joint chains and the follicles to keep it all in order. If you find that some joints have not been connected, it's because they weren't placed close enough to the surface of the mesh. This sometimes causes Maya to place follicles at weird positions far away from the objects that they're originally supposed to be close to. That's why it's important to make sure that all joints are placed within the surface of what they're being constrained to. If that's not the case, you can go back and replace them, then run the script again. Now it's time to constrain the wing FK controller to the main joint chains of the feathers. Constraining two controllers to the same object makes them control it by 50% each. This is a quick and easy way to get a smooth fall off. You can decide to create an FK setup for your main feather joint chain, but you can also decide to set up an aim constraint. In order for me to achieve this setup on my current rig, I need to group the root joint of one of my joint chains. And I need to delete the parent constraint that has been placed on the root joint. Now I need the joint chain to be constrained, so I'll parent constrain the group instead, making it an offset group. Once that's done and I've checked that the joint chain behaves as before, I can aim constrain the root of the joint chain to the locator with a maintain offset checked off. This will make the feather chain aim at the locator wherever it's placed. An alternative to this is creating an IK chain instead. This will also give you twist controls. And this concludes our follicle wing rig setup.